Hi guys, today I want to talk about my go-to authors. So go-to authors obviously means all of the authors that when they publish a new book, I will definitely read it. I did decide to include a few more where I just know that they mostly write in the same genre and I have enjoyed all of the books in this genre for the most part. But if they would end up writing something completely different, for example horror, I probably wouldn't pick it up just because it was written by the author. So obviously the first author I want to mention is Victoria or V.E. Schwab, and I've read all of Victoria Schwab's books except for her middle grade books. Middle grade is just really not my kind of type I want to read. I would pick up anything that she publishes right now. I would even pick up a horror book, even though that's nothing I normally read. Her new YA book that comes out this year is something that I have never read the synopsis of. I have at one point, but without even reading it, I knew this was something that I would pick up on release date. Then we have Cassandra Clare, and I'm holding up City of Glass because this is my favorite book by her so far. Cassandra Clare is definitely someone where I'm hesitant to say she's a go-to author because she just keeps publishing books in the Shadowhunter world. So for like the next 10 years she will publish basically nothing else but Shadowhunter novels, and this is kind of like my go-to world. Like of course I will pick up all of the books in the Shadowhunter world, but I do feel like that if she came up with something new, I would definitely want to pick it up. The series that she started with Holly Black, The Iron Trial is the first book, is definitely something that I had on my wishlist as well. Yeah, I've heard mixed things about it and I think it might be middle grade as well. So I'm not sure if I will ever get to it, but it was definitely one where I was like, oh, Cassandra Clare is publishing a new book and it's a different world, and I was like, I want to read this. And then only when like the reviews came in and stuff like that, I was like, I'm not sure about this. But yeah, I think this is kind of what go-to author means, like without even knowing what it is about or anything like that. I just really wanted to pick this book up. I'm definitely excited that she is using this world she has created as much as she is doing, and so far I think she has done an amazing job, and I really hope I'm not getting sick of it anytime soon. But I would definitely love to see other work from her as well. Then we have an author where I'm just really begging for her to publish more books, and I'm basically waiting for her to publish more, and that is Kyrin Cashore. Once again, I'm holding up my favorite book by her, which is Bitter Blue. As you probably know, I just love the Graceling Realm trilogy so much. I can really imagine that whatever she would publish next, I would definitely pick it up. Of course, it would be cool if it was another fantasy with kick-ass female protagonists, but for the most part, I think I would read basically everything that she would write at this point, because I've been waiting for it since I finished reading this trilogy, and I'm not sure if it's ever going to happen. Next we have Suzanne Collins. Once again, I'm holding up my favorite book, which is Catching Fire, and this is kind of a dumb one because Suzanne Collins has published more books, I think before The Hunger Games, and I haven't read that yet. You know, it's middle grade and I wasn't sure if I would like it, but I have heard Marinès from My Name is Marinès talk about her other series and said she really liked them, so I'm definitely, you know, more open to picking these up someday. But if she would publish anything else in YA or even adult, I would, you know, jump on it. You know how much I love The Hunger Games, not gonna repeat myself because I repeat myself way too often when it comes to The Hunger Games. But it's definitely something where I'm also just waiting for her to publish more. I just want to read all of her stuff. And she's so quiet. She's such a quiet author. Like for Victoria Schwab, for example, I love following her on Twitter and she is so interactive and stuff. I feel like Suzanne Collins is just a really quiet author. Even when the movies came out, she was like always really in the background and really quiet. J.K. Rowling, for example, when she was at the premiere of Harry Potter 7, she did the speech and it was also emotional, and I really like to see authors interact and stuff, and we don't really get that with Suzanne Collins, which makes it even more sad that she's not writing more books, I think, because it's kind of like you forget about her. That sounds really mean, but yeah. Obviously it's not her duty to kind of talk to us, but I just really like when authors interact with people, and you know, having grown up mostly with social media, it's just kind of something I got used to and I really enjoy it. Then we have Cecilia Ahern. I still don't know how to pronounce her name exactly, I just do it differently every time. And I have read I think like 85% of her novels. So far I have really enjoyed all of her work, and even the books that I didn't enjoy as much, I just really like how her style is always very similar, but she keeps coming up with so many new and unique ideas. She is publishing a dystopian novel in April, and I'm so excited for this one. Like, I love her magical realism stuff and just her contemporary stuff, but I'm so excited to see her write a YA dystopian novel, even though I haven't heard good things about it yet. You know, this is another thing that I think really shows like a go-to author. I have heard many bad things about it, but I still want to pick it up. I still want to read her take on dystopian. I will probably forever read her books because adult contemporary is something that I keep going back to. Like, it's something I get sick of quite fast, but then I just keep getting back to it. And yeah, as I said, so far I think all of her books have been really cool and had really interesting concepts. The next author is one where I'm not sure myself if at this point I would still pick up like almost every book this person would publish, but it is John Green. I have also grown a lot and learned a lot since I've read these books, and I think I would think differently about some of the books rereading them now. I don't know, I think if he would publish a contemporary or something that is just, you know, similar to what he has written before, I would definitely be there. I would definitely read it. I would probably pre-order it and be really excited about it. But I would go into it being like, oh, this could go very, very wrong. I would also absolutely love to see John Green publish something different. And I think when it comes to John Green, I would definitely go very many ways with him. Next we have Markus Zusak. And once again, I have not read all of his works. I've read The Book Thief and I'm the Messenger. And both of these are so amazing. And they are two of my favorite books of all time, so you know that already says a lot. And definitely this series I think he has written, something with Underdog, something like that. I totally forgot right now, but I definitely want to pick that up at some point. So it is there on my wish list. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But once again, if he would be, you know, saying right now he's publishing a new book, I would be there for that. I would hype it so much. He's another one where I would probably pick up any genre. It doesn't really matter what kind of genre he writes in. There's always this kind of really amazing and important message at the end of it. It's similar to Cecilia Ahern, where you just have a similar style every time. You just get similar feelings from it every time, so I wouldn't really care what genre it is. Let me know what your go-to authors are and, you know, why. It's definitely, for me, it's definitely Victoria Schwab is always the number one go-to author I would mention. For any of the others, if someone would ask me, I would probably hesitant to say like Suzanne Collins or anything, because I've only read like the Hunger Games trilogy, and I think it's kind of hard to judge if you've only read like one genre and you know, one world. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you soon.